everybody, this is Shawn Powell. We are going to talk about what criteria should your business meet to get incredible results in YouTube. And then, as the exact same question again, what criteria should your business meet to get you incredible results in Facebook? There is a tremendous difference between the both. When I first got into online business, I would not have known that. It's something that when you apply a lot of action, you learn a lot of things, and sometimes you're a little bit shocked. Often you'll find out, and I've said in a lot of my other videos as well, you've probably already heard me say this, that Facebook and YouTube had a lot of things in common. What do they really have in common? Well, branding me, well, number one. Number two is going to be, in fact, that's entirely free. It's real estate for you just to take, to be perfectly honest. And the third one is just going to be sincerity. And I'd say probably the first thing that you need to know when it comes to whether or not which is better for you and for this business, if it's YouTube or Facebook, you need to know one thing right from the get-go. Number one, know what the people are looking for from the location that you're promoting into. I cannot tell you when it comes to paid advertising what that's going to be. I've never been down that avenue. I've never needed to be perfectly honest. I'm going to give you an example. I made a video earlier today. Now, to be perfectly honest, I just came into a new other business. I am not trying to get nobody in there. Please don't think I'm thinking anything like that. I'm not even going to show you, I'm not even going to say the name of it, but I would just want you to know that watch how I practice what I preach. Not only do I practice what I preach in the way I get to people, when I do my YouTube videos, and if you watch the training for it, look at my videos and tell me I'm not doing exactly what I'm telling you to do there. It's obvious, right? So I am a practice what I preach kind of person. I'm going to show you results from a video that I uploaded an hour ago, and I'm going to show you how many new subscribers I've got from today alone, and I may give you a little insight as to how many people are in this business. I may not even say the name of the business. I am not trying to get people in there. Please understand. I just want you to see that I'm a practice what I preach kind of person. To be perfectly honest, making these videos, it takes, I really put a lot of time in my videos. My average video is probably 40 minutes when it's a training video. I don't know what the other leaders are doing. I can't speak for them. But to me personally, I can't do a 4-minute video telling you everything that I think you need to know. I've applied a lot of action. I've got a lot of answers. I've learned a lot of things by getting out there and getting in the trenches. And me personally, y'all, I would give anything, anything to had anybody sit me down like I'm doing right now. And when you purchase this, and be able to learn from someone who has just had their head down and going as hard as they could, did not come up for a breath, y'all, for the longest time. Um, when I actually slowed down to look to see where I had grown in some of the businesses I was excited in, like I said, I was just relentless. It scared me. That's the honest truth, y'all. I had grew so much that it actually scared me because my goal was $7,000. I was not expecting to hit $10,000, and somehow it got real quick. You know what I'm saying? I blew past 10,000, and it took me, I would honestly say, a couple of weeks. I actually slowed down growing because I had to absorb that in. 26 years of working my tail off in the restaurant business. Most money I ever had in the bank was $15,000. And here I was paying my house off in a month from starting an online business, buying my dream car, keeping $50,000, $60,000 in the bank was, of course I worked my tail off, but you know what? I didn't feel like I did a whole lot more different than from when I was making $2,000, $3,000 a month. And when I was making this bigger income, there wasn't much difference. I was pretty much doing the same thing. It was just the fact that sometimes some businesses are different than others. You know what I'm saying? And you have to work your tail off in all of them, y'all, to really get yourself a head and shoulders above. It's like I said in another video, y'all. It is not fair that you could work 50%, and you should be able to get 50% worth what you put into it. It doesn't work like that. Even at 90%, you're only going to get a couple of sales, this and that. It takes 110%, y'all. If you're there, you're going to have to stand out. You're going to have to make a name for yourself, and that's what's going to be, okay? All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and give you, let's see here, know what people are looking for from the locations that you're promoting into. Incredibly important. I'm going to break that down and show you what it means in Facebook and YouTube. I showed a video I posted an hour ago. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, y'all. If you notice right here, I've actually been making videos, but they're unlisted. That's for the Master Training Institute. So the only ones you're seeing right now is because I came into online business for this one about a week ago. Now I signed up a long time ago, but I didn't go active in it. All my downline, all these people, really got big into it. But if you look right here, I've gotten where 5 days, 1 day, 1 hour. If I wasn't doing Master Training Institute videos like all these ones I've done recently, these would be video after video after video, right? So if you really think about it, I'm really right now just getting to the point of starting off. The way that I've told you in my training videos for YouTube is exactly what I would suggest here. Be relentless at getting out. See what I'm saying? So those last 10 videos, 12 videos, however I've made for Master Training Institute that I've made this week would have all gone to a new business. And I'm not going to say the name of it. I'm not trying to get people in here. I promise you that. I want you to look at this, y'all. So I got 122 views in 1 hour. In 1 hour from the time I posted this, 122 views. I have gotten 8 new subscribers, 8 in the last hour from this one video. Now, to be perfectly honest, if I had put them last 8 or 9 videos, think of how much more that'd be worth to me. Now, in this business right here, again, I have not been able to get out to a lot of people. I have contacted my list a couple of times. I think I sponsored 40 people, something like that, right about 40 people, which is nothing compared to where I should have been. So obviously, when I'm done with the Master Training Institute videos, of course, I'm going to put the hammer down and I'm going to kill these videos. Ironically, my videos are actually, this one was probably a little better because I was a little bit hungry to make it. Sometimes you can really sense it when you want to make a video, right? Okay, now let's, out of curiosity, I want to click, okay, 135 views right now, and again, an hour and some minutes. I couldn't tell you how long it's been. And I know a lot of y'all, you're doing YouTube videos and stuff like that. Now, remember me telling you, this is all going back in my YouTube training as well, how you can have a business that has 20,000 people in it. You be number one on page one, killing it, right? You might get 150 views all week. You might get 300 views for the entire month. There's nothing wrong. You've done what you're supposed to do. You're making a name for yourself, y'all. Before the tidal wave, after the tidal wave, does not really matter. If it's not getting searched, it's not getting searched but that many times. So even if you do an excellent job, it's still going to be about you getting into the audience, into the crowd. Now, this business here has more than 250,000 people in it. So it's easier for me, even though I am, last I checked, I'm on page one for a couple of these keywords for this business, right? But look, y'all, I'm not saying the business's name. Once you look at this, it's written twice up here. I do exactly what I am telling y'all to do, and I'm going to practice what I preach, and you can watch this. Okay, so I'm probably about number 5 right now on the entire list for the word update for the keyword, because that was the keywords I was looking for, the name of the business and update. Update is a very, very hot keyword in my opinion. It is not one of the top 10, but sometimes you find a really lucrative little loophole, a little sweet spot that works for you, and it can make it really work for you in the process. Again, even if I was just doing the name of this business, this video could move up because that's one of the keywords for it, obviously, right? But here's the thing: I may not be page 1, probably page 3 if I'm lucky. But if it's got a 250,000 people in it, every time I do move up, I am getting more and more views and more subscribers. So there is a variation between that page 1 with 20,000 people at the top and page 2 or wherever you're at for certain keywords that is still going to be hot, and you wind up having, it's going to be 1 million people in the business, or but right now it's a little over 250,000. Okay, y'all, please understand. I'm not trying to get nobody. Please understand. I don't need to use this as a strategy to get people. I'm just going to do just fine on my YouTube videos, but I wanted you to see what I'm doing as a practice what I preach. It works. Okay, it simply works. 8 subscribers in the last hour, and it's going to probably wind up with I don't know, maybe 300 plus views today alone in one day for this video. Okay. Now, the reason I want to take time to really show you that is because it is important. It is important to let you know that the leaders here are doing exactly what we're telling you we're doing. And if I wasn't y'all, I would not be teaching you that. That's the honest truth. Okay, so YouTube is a monster for high dollar businesses. Okay, I'm gonna explain why YouTube is such a monster for high dollar businesses. I would consider $1,000 business. I would not go to Facebook. I would not go to Facebook. Understand when I say Facebook, I consider you have got the work at home, work from home opportunities, this ocean of cold leads, and leaders will like it and leaders will not. It is really almost against their religion if they are paid advertising and stuff like that. I got that. I understand. They're teaching you a whole different thing. I get that. But when I look in a group and I know there's 150,000 like-minded people, how can that be wrong? It's not, y'all. I can tell you that it's not. But I look at this because I know what they're looking for, and I'm gonna go in real thorough detail in a minute on that. So Facebook cold groups, these work at home, work from home opportunities and stuff like that that you've joined to. Then you've got your timeline. I do not consider Facebook like that in your timeline as being the same thing. Okay, I can be a beast at this, and my timeline can kind of be cold. And I've seen other people who don't even promote in businesses like this, in those work from home opportunities, things of that nature, yet they are a freaking beast on their timeline. They're a lot different. Just because you can do one does not make the other just the same thing. It does not work like that. I consider Facebook as different. It's got different faces almost to some degree as to what Facebook is and what you can do with it. I think having a really good, strong following on your timeline is great. I got free from a job without it, to be perfectly honest. Just I focus so much at mastering how to get to those cold leads and standing out that's mainly what I teach on you. So when I talk about Facebook, it's usually that perspective. Okay. Now, because timeline and getting these members who or leads and members who friended you that become into a business, they're going to be watching your timeline. A lot of times, y'all, even though I personally do not look like some kind of beast off my timeline. I don't post things and get 50 or 100 likes from people and stuff like not very often. Let's put it that way. Um, but I still have a lot of people who sign up who are silent about doing so. I've got a lot more people watching me than a lot of times than I realize. I can sign up. Let's see, what was it? Last year, I signed up to a business. I didn't promote anything, didn't do anything. I just posted my link in the timeline and went my own Facebook group and didn't even post a link there. I just let them know, y'all, look, I'm joining this business. You need to get in touch with me, blah, blah, blah. My link's on my timeline. I got 74 signups in the first 2 days because of my following. You understand what I'm saying? So I had a chance, but to look at it, my timeline, it's not impressive, to be perfectly honest. So there is many different faces. Timeline is one of the weaker points that I neglected because I felt like the bigger picture was me getting seen by people who did not know who were not in the business and getting known that way. And that's what I focused at. I stayed in those trenches for a long time. Okay. Um, with that being said, Facebook in general, those work at home from opportunities are looking for free and cheap. Okay. They are looking free and cheap. If I had $1,000 business, I would not go into work at home, work from home opportunities. I will not post directly to that business that it won't happen. It won't happen. I will post on my timeline. I'll post in the Facebook group, and I want my people to come in to be connected with people that love that business. But as far as trying to get cold leads in that ocean, I can tell y'all, you can when let's say if I build up credibility, like I've shown you on the videos as well, right? Build up some credibility. Let's say if I make $9,000, right, and I can show timestamps on this $9,000. Of course, Facebook would love that. That's exactly what they want, man. But here's the problem: as soon as they find out the price, they will not put a foot past that door. They won't go no further. Why? Because I understand what people are looking for at the locations I'm promoting at. YouTube is the answer to large businesses. Facebook is the answer to cheap and free. Okay, so when I say large business, I mean large income, coming into the business kind of thing. So high dollar businesses, if I was coming into a business right now as $1,000, this is exactly what I do. Spend 2 days in it, learn everything I need to learn about it, take a bunch of notes. I'm telling y'all, a bunch of notes. Keep one of these near. This thing lives beside my computer. Lives beside my computer. Take notes. Get the bullet points on all the things that's great about it. Show people that you're excited about it, and just mash the record button and start getting out to the people in the YouTube world and let them know that you're excited about that business. And people are going to come in. It's not even hard. It's like I always say, man, don't never join a business you don't believe in, and it's going to work. Now, I focused at just YouTube only because I understood that $1,000 business would not work at a work from home opportunities. I think I wound up at one time, I put in about 200 leads from there. I did not even get an email, not even an email from one person in the Facebook world. Now, I understand why someone who would be in a business like that would tell you that Facebook is entirely dead. Don't use that. It's not the right. You're right. For that kind of business, it's not. So that's so important as what this video is about, right? Okay. Now, explain why I just did. Let's see. High dollar businesses at YouTube. What do the leads there really want? What do they want and need from a sponsor? Here's the answer, y'all. If you are posting $1,000 business at YouTube, they want you to believe in your business and they want you to be accessible. Y'all, you understand that YouTube, they already know most of the time when they do a search about the business. They already know the price of it most of the time. What are they looking for is someone that believes in the business that they want to join up to. That's really what it's about. Then I can tell you this, y'all. And this is example 40,000 with nothing more than YouTube and my phone. I did post on my timeline. I made I made about, I think for the first month, I went back and reviewed it because I really wanted to understand, because that's my, I was amazed with YouTube that I would say from people that knew me, I can't say if they came from YouTube or not, people who'd been in previous businesses, I'll put that way, with me, I made $9,000 in the first month from the people who were connected to me. Okay. So you can say that came from my list. Even though some more likely came from YouTube, from being subscribed, I'm still going to call that my list. Okay. The next $31,000 for the month, though, y'all, or throughout that month, every one of those came from YouTube. Every one of them. I know that for a fact because I wasn't posting in the Facebook groups. And all I knew is that in every video, I would tell people that I want you to give me a call. Whenever you're ready to come in this, just go ahead and give me a call. And my phone number is right here below. I would advertise it, pointing down in the description, top line. My phone number is right there. Just give me a call. Now, it's $1,000 business. Think about this. Barely anybody ever wants to join a business that they're not comfortable, especially spending $1,000 with the person that they're connecting with. When I got a phone call, I understood that it was $1,000 phone call. Every one of them. I tell my little boy, because I wanted him to be prepared for it, because he's not used to me being on the phone for long periods of time with people like that, right? So I prepared him right from the get-go. And when people called me, I treated it like it was $1,000 phone call. I did not click over to anybody else. I talked as long as they felt the need to. And if somebody thought I believed in my business in YouTube, they get me on the phone, it's even more. You see what I'm saying? I wanted them to continue that. I wanted them to know that I'm real, that I'm a practice what I preach. I go big in my businesses. You need to be doing the same thing, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly what I sound like on the phone. I'm the same person. My phone alone was enough to make me over 10,000 plus a month. After the first 40,000, I continued, So just to give you some idea, just because I made the YouTube videos for these right kind of people, I was getting, really good income from my phone alone. These people connecting with me. Now, I will tell you this: the number of leads that I was getting, I talked about that in just a second. Easiest way to get a huge list. Get them wanting, let's see, make a bridge. It's okay. All right, I'll get right into it. Okay, I want y'all to understand something. It is not a lead race when it comes to YouTube. Okay, the most valuable leads I get ever is YouTube because they already know everything. They've already connected with me. They've already seen two or three. To be perfectly honest, if I do a really good job for a business for two or three videos, do you realize that my sales funnel could suck? Not only just suck, it could be just a sign up page and nothing else. And I could still get, people call me on the phone. They haven't even hit the link yet. They ain't seen it. All they're saying is, yeah, buddy, I'm ready to go right now. Okay, what do I need to do? Well, how do you want me to send it to you? I'll send you this. They didn't care. They've already connected with me. They already knew about the business. I was someone that believed in the business and I was accessible and I took the time to talk to them because I understood it was $1,000 phone call. Those were the elements and the only thing I needed to do a large business with YouTube. The most leads I ever got in YouTube while making $40,000 that first month was 9 leads. 9 leads was the most leads I got with YouTube that entire time during that business. Now, out of 9, let's say if I average 5, 7, 9 leads a week, whatever, a day for a whole week, right? This is what happens, y'all. Out of those leads in a week's time, let's say I'll have 5 that want to do it. They have contacted me. I've talked to them 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. They really, really want to do that business, right? Out of those 5, 3 are ready to pretty much do it right now. And the other 2 are going to do it, but they just don't have the money for it right now. Okay. So that's what about 8, 9 leads a day for a week, 5 leads some of these days would equal for a week. Now think about this, y'all. It's $1,000 business. I made $3,000 in this week off of those little numbers because 5 wanted to do it. 3 had the money for now. So I made $3,000 a week, this average, and then times 4 because that's about what I averaged. So I'm looking at easily $10,000, $12,000 with possibility of one of the other ones who wanted to do it and didn't have the money yet to do it. So next thing I know, I'm making $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, and the most leads I ever made was 9 in a day. This is the quality and me focusing at this. One of the dumbest things I could have done was waste my time with this business, with this valued business, this price, trying to promote it on Facebook in those cold groups. Okay? So I want you to understand that when I shut off the doors and focused it this way, this is my new game plan. My phone and me on YouTube telling people to contact me and showing people I believe in the business and going big in my business. If I ever did another business that's, let's say, whatever the amount is, a large amount, and that's the only way to come into it is to go big, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take that same route. It's life-changing. It's life-changing to understand where I'm getting my leads from, what do they actually want. And again, it is not a lead race. It is not a lead race. Okay? Let's see. So I gave you an example. Number 3. Facebook, what do they want? The people that are there in the Facebook groups, free and cheap. I already said that. Some of the stuff I've already mentioned. I'll just kind of scroll it over. Easiest way to get huge lead numbers and list, but you will have to get them connected to do anything. Facebook groups for the business, and you being a beacon for the business, uplift, proof, and progress. What does that mean, y'all? It means that if I'm trying to build a list for myself, those cold groups, y'all, have got, I can tell you, man, when I say, 30 leads a day, 50, 60, even up to 100 leads at times, I got 119 was the height. I reached it like 2 or 3 times. I never got over that 119 limit for some reason. Being I got 119 leads in one day. That is a ridiculous way to bring leads in. If I was looking for a free business, dude, I'm gonna tell y'all, you are killing a list, getting signups, things of that nature. That's going to motivate other people. They're gonna see you as a go-getter. Of course, you're gonna go big in your business. You have got so much momentum coming at you. And YouTube plus Facebook together, both free. And next thing you know, it's just gonna be like a freaking avalanche. I mean, you can't help it. It's gonna be overflowing, and the business is you're really going to start making a name for yourself, right? But for that free and cheap people, even though they're really excited about it, and that's what you want, you get them around excited people. You need to be posting your timeline. You've got to be that beacon, y'all. You cannot be that quiet leader at this time. Not with Facebook, y'all. Not with people looking free and cheap, because they'll lose interest in you, lose interest in the business. They'll sign up, but that's going to be it. That's not going to do you any good, right? So you need to get them connected into a Facebook group of people that love that business. And because they're connected to that, and you're going to see these other people that really, really love this business, and they're showing proof, progress, and uplifting, and so are you. You're there. These people will go big in their business. If they find a business they're excited about, they will definitely do it. Period. So, I mean, if they didn't, I would not be doing Facebook posting. You understand that? I'm not there just to get a lead that just sucks and that's it. I'm telling you, understanding what you're going to get from it has got a lot to do with it. But not being a beacon and not being that Facebook group, you're going to open the door, let them come in, and they're going to go out the back door. It's just how it's going to happen. Okay. Get them wanting to do the business, and they will go all in, and they will upgrade. Absolutely, just what I just said. You have to practice what you preach. You've got to go big in your business. You have to go big in your business to get them to do the same. Period. Never ever expect people to do something that you yourself are not willing to do or not have already done. Ever. Ever. I've got downline, and I appreciate them being my downline, that would go into business and they would sponsor people, and they wouldn't even do it themselves. They would not spend any money on it. And they sponsored like 56 people, and not one person went active underneath them. Do you know why? Because he didn't push and tell people he was going big. Because he didn't, what I mean, I'm telling y'all, people that sign up want to be managed, and their sponsor is the best one to do it. If you're not going to be a beacon for the business, you're wasting your time. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. You're just wasting your time. Making a bridge. Now, this can help you now. Okay, I want you to listen to this. Making a bridge for them to get to the bigger dollar businesses. Cheap or free front end business can bring you sales into the bigger business. So again, if this was YouTube, I wouldn't even really even be worried about this. If I got a sales funnel, it's got 2 of them, that's great. I think you could just point directly at the large business and stay focused at that. That'd be fun. But in the Facebook world, if I am trying to get these people to go big in that business, if I've got a front end business that we've got together in a sales funnel that is free to come into, that's really addictive or something of that nature, Power Lead Systems is a really good business to have as the rear end business to, not even $1,000, but something that they can connect to. They can go active if they love the free business. So if they can sign that free business and make money, and if you're sitting there telling them the answer to any business is Power Lead Systems, they will use Power Lead Systems because they love that free business. You see what I'm saying? So it is very possible that you can make a bridge. I would suggest finding a Facebook group that does both. If there's a sales funnel out there that's a really respectful one that really seems to be, getting a lot of signups into it, there's nothing wrong with using a free business to bring them in through that bridge. I consider it kind of like a bridge. Okay, so with this being said, all in all review, YouTube is the answer to all businesses. Okay, so understand, no matter the size, no matter of price, just no matter, the highest quality leads come from here on average. I've gotten some people go big in their business from Facebook, but it took me warming them up, really put them in the microwave, get these things heated up like they need to be. And for me being a beacon and really steering them into the direction. And again, even posting 5 times a day in on my timeline in the Facebook for a business, uplift, improve, progress, welcoming people, and congratulating them can be enough. If sometimes they can do more than that, but that can be enough right by itself to get these cold leads to really want to be part of that. They get these notifications like crazy, letting you know that their sponsor, is really doing the business and they're really into it. So it's got so much to do with you, y'all. The highest quality leads can come from here on average. These people will go big in their businesses if you do the same and you tell them to. Again, that's where your timeline, your Facebook clue comes into play. All right, y'all. Minuses to YouTube is low lead numbers. I already told you that, right? Where I could easily get 25 leads a day into Facebook, especially if it was a free business. I wouldn't be surprised that 1 out of every 4, if not even better than that, if I do a really good follow-up email, has a really good call to actions in it, people get a chance to connect with me, that I would say that, 1 out of every 3, 1 out of every 4 that came in, if you're going to something that's really good for free, can get excited about it, can come from the Facebook world. So you're talking about making a huge list that is absolutely, free to do, using free advertisement and just eating people up like crazy. So the minus to YouTube is going to be the low lead numbers. If YouTube is not, let's see, in YouTube, it is not a lead race. I was trying to find that earlier. That's what I was talking about. You will learn that here more than anywhere. Learn that here more than anywhere else. It is not a lead race. I was making so many YouTube videos, even though I was making incredible income, I got burnt out making YouTube videos. And so I wanted to go to Facebook, and that's when I wound up getting 200 leads and no emails at all. I'd already made good money. And that's when I started looking at bridging, and I found a business I knew had been around for a little while that had that free front end using that same business as I was using. And so I connected to that, sponsored 42 members in like a week into that free front end business. I didn't even contact my list. I was looking at just going big in that big business and the tail end. I was not even caring about that little front end business, to be perfectly honest. And to this day, I've got some really good people that came in during that week, that came from Facebook. So you can never underestimate where these people come from at times. But I will say highest quality ratio per average is going to be people going active is going to be YouTube. It just is. Give example of number of leads from YouTube and how much I was making with people as the only source. That's what I just told you. If I'm getting 9 leads a day and I had 2 to 3 people going, active in $1,000 business, times 4 weeks average is $10, $12, $14,000 a month right there, and I was barely even getting any leads. See what I'm saying? So that's what I was talking about as well. Facebook is best for lead numbers and huge free list building, period. There is, to be honest, man, I could get thousands of people into a business to sign up. And a lot of times, well, it's just like I said, if I can just get them to sign up right now, sometimes these people go active a little bit later on. So there's a lot of benefits just for getting them to take the moment to sign up right by itself. Let's see. But the quality per lead will depend on you, your Facebook group you are putting them into as well. The warmer the Facebook group, the better it's going to, it's going to really start showing the importance of the other people around them. Just it makes them feel comfortable with the business, and it really opens their eyes and let them see what it's about. And just like always, it all goes back to being a beacon and them seeing you. It just always is. All right, y'all. This is going to end this video, and I sure appreciate it.